Hello, good morning. Welcome to Eagle Public Library. It's Tuesday, and that means toddler time. This is our toddler story time. My name is Anne, and I have some fun books and a sign language word for us today and some silly songs. So are you ready? Let's get started with our hello song, which we do I am here and you are here. You'll get this one. It kind of keeps building until the very end. Some of it repeats. Are you guys ready? Here we go. I am here and you are here and we are all together. I am here and you are here and we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna clap my hands. I am here and you are here and we are all together. I am here and you are here and we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna clap my hands. I'm gonna stomp my feet. I am here and you are here and we are all together. I am here and you are here and we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna clap my hands. I'm gonna stomp my feet. I'm gonna nod my head. I am here and you are here and we are all together. I am here and you are here and we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna clap my hands. I'm gonna stomp my feet. I'm gonna nod my head. I'm gonna wiggle my fingers. I am here and you are here and we are all together. I am here and you are here and we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna clap my hands. I'm gonna stomp my feet. I'm gonna nod my head. I'm gonna wiggle my fingers. I'm gonna do the boogaloo. I am here and you are here and we are all together. I am here and you are here and we're gonna have some fun. Yay! Good job! That song is great. I'm still learning it too, so you'll get it. All right, so our sign language word for today is mitten. Do you ever put on mittens on your hands when it's cold outside? I definitely do. I don't like when my fingers get cold. So I definitely wear mittens. So how we do the sign language for mitten is take your right hand or your dominant hand and put it out just like the shape of a mitten like this. We're going to take our other hand, still it's flat, and we're going to trace with our other hand the shape of a mitten around our hand. So we go like this and trace it. And that's how we say the word mitten in sign language without even having to use our mouths. Let's try it. Yay, good job. So the reason we're doing the word mitten is not just because we like to wear mittens in the winter, but because I have a really great story for us today and a craft that goes with it. So our story today is called The Mitten. There it is. So I love this book. Jan Brett is the author and illustrator of this book, and I love Jan Brett. Her books have the best illustrations, just so much detail and so much fun. So if you like Jan Brett books, we have tons of them here at the library. Or if you've never tried any of her books, definitely give it a try. Give us a call and tell us you want some Jan Brett books and we can put a bundle together for you. But let's start with this book, and it's called The Mitten. Do you see all the cute animals and the snowy weather? Here we go. The Mitten. This is a Ukrainian folk tale, and it's adapted and illustrated by Jan Brett. I love her illustrations. Do you see the outline of a mitten there? Kind of like how we outlined our hand for the sign language word. There's a little boy inside there. This says, once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. That looks great. Some white mittens would be so nice. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally, Baba made them. Look at Baba, she's so cute. She is making some beautiful white mittens for Nicky. Here's our next page. After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. Uh-oh, do you see it? It's hard to see. Baba was right. It'd be so easy to lose your mittens. There he is climbing a tree, but he's dropped a mitten. A mole who was tired from tunneling along discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size. So he decided to stay. Oh, my goodness. There is the mole going into the mitten. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and it wiggled in feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. There they are, and there is the rabbit going in feet first, trying to get into the mitten with the mole. Oh my goodness, are they going to fit? Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. Look at them. My goodness, that mitten is stretching out. Here comes the hedgehog. There's the mole, and there's the rabbit. How are they going to fit in there? My goodness. Oh, who's this? Oh, my goodness. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in with the mole and the rabbit and the hedgehog, they grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Ooh, I think I would let him in too. Those are big, sharp talons. Oh, do you think that owl's gonna fit inside the mitten? I don't know. Up through the snow appeared a badger. Ooh, a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. Ooh, the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumbs up. Oh, there is Badger, and he wants in too. That mitten's getting awfully stretched. Who's that? Do you know who that is? That looks like a big fox. Oh my. Oh, it started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox, trotting by, stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. Fox is gonna go in that mitten too. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Who is that? It's a giant brown bear. Oh my goodness. It says a great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with the bear? Not me. Would you argue with the bear? I think I'd let him in. He also looks kind of warm and cuddly too. The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its size, but Baba's good knitting held fast. Wow. Do you think they're going to get in there? All of them? Oh my goodness, they are all in there. They're squished in. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Do you see the mouse? There is the mouse on top of the bear's nose. And I see the rabbit and the hedgehog and the badger and the fox and the owl. Oh my goodness, they're all in that mitten. What could possibly be better? The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Oh my goodness. Choo! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. Oh my gosh, there they are. All of them flying through the air. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. There is the mitten being shot up in the air from all those animals flying out. And Nicky sees it. That's so great. He will not have a lost mitten. As he ran to catch his snow white mitten, he saw Baba far in the distance. Oh, she had her face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and if he was safe and sound. And then she saw that he still had his new mittens. Oh my goodness. And there is our very last page. What do you think Baba's thinking? She's holding the two mittens. One's really big and stretched out, isn't it? And one's just normal size. She's thinking, how did this get stretched out? But we know, don't we? It was all those animals inside. And this book is called The Mitten by Jan Brett. All right, so we have a really fun craft to do today. I posted on our blog spot some instructions for our craft and also some PDF files that you can download and print out on a printer at home. Or if you want us to print those, you can just give us a quick email or give us a call and ask if we could print those for you. So here's what I did with mine. You can print your mitten. Here's what you're going to get on that PDF on our blog spot, which is on eaglepubliclibrary.org under virtual class resources. You're going to see today's class with the mitten. Here's what you're getting in the PDF. So there's one hand, there's the other hand, and here are all of Jan Brett's animals. And Jan Brett shared her drawings with us. In fact, if you go to her website, www.janbrett.com, there are so many amazing activities you can do. She links lots of activities with each story. So she shared the drawings of the mitten and all the animals with us. So one thing you could do is just print these out and color them. That's a great thing to do. Maybe you can talk with your toddler about each of these animals and see if you can remember what they are. That's one thing you can do. Here's what I did. I took it to the next level. So I printed the mittens and I punched some holes along the edges and lined them up. And then I was starting with some white yarn, but I ran out. So I finished mine with green. But what I did was I punched holes along the sides of the mittens and I stitched it up. And that's another fun thing that toddlers can do. It's a great little skill with their hands and fingers is to learn how to do that stitching through the holes. So if you have an old shoelace or some yarn, you could let your toddler do the lacing. You could get it all cut out and ready to go. And now we have a mitten with this end open just like in the story. So then with all those animals, I cut them out and colored them. And I also wrote their name on the back so I wouldn't forget who they are. There's Badger, and here's our bear, and here's our rabbit. There's Rabbit, and here's our cute little hedgehog. There is Mole. He was the very first one, wasn't he? He was the first one that got in there. Here's Fox. Oh, I like that. I wrote his name on the back. There's Owl. remember Owl going in there too with those sharp talons. And here is our very last animal that went in that caused the sneeze of the bear, right? There is our tiny little mouse. So I wrote those on there. And something that's kind of fun to do with toddlers to kind of help with their memory and comprehension of the story is to, with these little animals, have them retell the story, or maybe you retell it to them first. And as you're telling it, you can talk about the animal that goes in, and that gives them recognition of the animal. And if you're a little older and know how to read, then you can also see how to spell owl. So you can tell the story yourself and say, first the owl went in. Oh, and then the fox went in because he was cold. And you can go through the whole story and tell it in whatever order you want. Maybe you make the rabbit the one who sneezed. You can tell the story over and over again and put all the animals inside your mitten. I made mine so I could save it and just keep reusing it. And you might want to do that with this craft too. It's a super fun way to let toddlers tell the story, and they have all the clues with them, with the mitten and with the animals. So there you go. That's going to be a fun craft for you guys to do. Let me know if you do the craft or if you like the book, and definitely give us a call if you want some more Jan Brett books. This is the book actually right from the library's collection. So I'll turn it back in and you can borrow it next. All right, guys, it's time for our goodbye song. Are you ready? So our goodbye song is bread and butter, marmalade, and jam. And in order to start the song, we do clap and then we tap our knees. We get a little rhythm going, clap, tap, and then we sing. Are you guys ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as high as we can. Goodbye. Ooh, that was good. Are you ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as low as we can. Goodbye. Was that good? Okay, here we go. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as fast as we can. Goodbye. Can you say goodbye fast? That's hard. Goodbye. That's a big word to say fast. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as slow as we can. Goodbye. Oh, that one's hard too. It's hard. I run out of breath. Oh my gosh. Keep going. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quiet as we can. Goodbye. That was pretty quiet, right? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as loud as we can. Is anyone around? I'm going to say it loud. Ready? Goodbye! Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. And don't forget about the sign language word. If you wear your mittens today, you can teach somebody how to say mitten. Perfect. See you guys next time. Have a great week. Bye-bye.